Hi, Dr. Deepa Shetty here again, and I am a health coach. Today is a story time again, and I would like to tell you through a story how, when kids ask us curious questions about life, what is the way we can explain them the same thing, not in a way which we usually try to explain about how life is and how it's important to value life, what is that people are trying to tell you all, rather than the way we try to communicate through words and through advices, how a story can make the same message can be given to the kids through story. So let me put across the story. There was a grandpa and a little boy. A little boy came to grandpa. Let's name him Sumit. Okay, Sumit came to grandpa and asked that, Grandpa, what is the value of life? Now the grandpa thought, let me explain him in a very different form. So rather than telling him what is the value of life, he gave him a stone and told Sumit, go and go and try to give this stone to different people, but don't sell it. You find the value of this stone through different people, but without selling. So first he went to a fruit seller who was selling a fruit. He showed the stone to the fruit seller and said, uh, what is the value of this stone? The fruit seller took the stone in his hand. He saw it's a shiny stone, looked at it and said, if you give me this stone, I will give you 1 dozen of oranges. Now, Sumit took the stone back from the fruit seller and said, I'm sorry, my grandpa told me not to sell the stone, so I can't sell you the stone. Thank you for giving me that information, and he left from there. Next, he came across a vegetable seller. He gave the stone to the vegetable seller and said, what's the value of this stone? The vegetable seller took the stone, looked it around here, there, looking at the stone. He looked at it, it was very shiny and beautiful. He said, if you give me this stone, I can give you one rack of potatoes. Sumit smiled at him, took the stone back and said, thank you, but my grandpa told me not to sell the stone. So sorry, I'll be back. Then he went to a jewelry shop. He gave the stone to the jeweler. The jeweler examined the stone and he understood it's a very precious stone. So he went there, he looked at the stone and told the boy that I will give you $1 million. The boy took the stone again back from him and said, sorry, my grandpa told me not to sell the stone. Then the jeweler, as he was a jeweler, said that if not 1 million, I can give you 24 karat gold of necklace. See this beautiful necklace, it's so beautiful, you will love it. Boy still said, sorry, but my grandpa told me not to sell the stone, so I can't. Thank you for the information, and he left. Then he came across a shop which was of a precious stone. He went inside and gave the stone to the owner of the shop. The shop owner looked at the stone. He looked at the beautiful ruby he had in his hand, and he examined it and he tried to see it under the his way of examining. And then he put that stone on a red cloth, kept the stone in middle, made a circle around the stone, bowed behind the stone, and he said, even if I give my life, the whole world, and I sell everything, still I can't value this stone. This stone is priceless. The boy took the stone and said, thank you for that information, and I am so thankful for you to give me this information. And he left from there. He went to the grandpa, gave the stone back to the grandpa and said, Grandpa, but what is the value of life? Grandpa smiled at him and he said, the answers that you got from everyone is according to their perspective. Value of life is like that. Your value of life will be examined by everyone else around you according to their financial status, their information, their ambition, their motivation behind entertaining you, their risk taking ability, and their belief system. But you so whether it was a vegetable seller, fruit seller, or the jeweler, or the stone person, the person who knew the stone, he all of them valued it according to their way of understanding of the stone. So your value cannot be determined unless somebody out there really knows your value, and like the person who really knew the value of the stone said, I can't value this, this is something which cannot be valued, it's a priceless thing. So your value can be only valued by you. You are a one of a kind. You are a masterpiece of that master because he made you. And you are unique and different in your own way. Your value cannot be determined by anybody around you. They will all determine it according to what they know about their life and what they have observed and what information and belief system they have. So, you got to value your life, you got to value yourself, you got to really understand your capability and potential and not judge yourself through others' eyes. That is what the story tells you, and I was so happy to read it and understand it through a grandpa's eyes. Really, sometimes having a grandmother and grandpa is a valuable thing, they are priceless. So, I hope you liked my story. See you all again. Stay tuned and do like and subscribe my video. Thanks a lot.